I'm Kathy Lawrence, a senior sewing advisor for Crafting Change. Today we're going to be making a quillow. This is a fleece quillow, and all it is the blanket that folds up inside of a pillow. But this isn't an ordinary quillow. This is one specifically sized for youth or children. This is going to be about 44 inches wide by 56 inches long when we're done. And it's got a handle. So won't you join me as we make this quick and fun project? For this project, you'll need 58 inches of 60-inch wide anti-pill fleece for the blanket. Then you'll need 2 pieces of coordinating material for the pillow, and this is snuggly flannel. You can also use a quilting cotton or a light to medium weight minky. You just don't want to have all of these layers to be out of fleece because it gets too hard to handle. So besides the pillow 16 by 16s, you're going to need one of these that is 4 by 12, and that will make the handle out of. Also your basic sewing notions: seam gauge, tape measures, some pins, clips, and a ballpoint needle. And if you have a rotary cutter, mat and ruler, you can use those to help you cut too. To start with, cut off the selvages from your fleece. Now measure the width of your fleece to 45 inches and cut that off all the way down the length. We want to have the length be the stable and the width be the stretchy. Now trim even your top and your bottom. Now we're going to finish the edge of our blanket. On your sewing machine, find a decorative stitch that you like. I like this number 11 that looks like a zigzag ladder, or just a regular zigzag will work too. What you can do is take that zigzag and go right over the edge of the cut fleece. So when the needle goes to the right, it bites into the hem allowance, and when it goes to the left, it bites just off that cut edge. And this will make a very, very, very nice finished edge. Now let's say maybe I did my ladder stitch closer to the edge here. We can see where that zigzag is almost an invisible edge. Actually, yours turned out like this. Don't worry about it. Take your scissors and lay them parallel to the material and just trim away that excess. That's no big deal. Get that off of there. Get your game plan down and go for it. So go ahead and do all the way around your blanket. To make the handle, take your 4 by 12 and fold it in half and just iron a light crease in there so we know where the center point is. Open it back up and then fold each edge into the middle, and then go ahead and press that down, and then do one last fold encasing all the raw edge. And so you're going to have about a 1 inch wide by 12 inch long that you're going to take to the sewing machine, and you're going to top stitch along each edge. I'll take the 2 pieces of the 16-inch square for the pillow, put them right sides together, stitch around all 4 sides but leave an opening for turning. Clip the 4 corners, turn it right side out, and then press it. And I'm designating this as the top of my pillow, so I'm going to run a top stitch line about 1 inch down. And at the bottom, this is where I left it open for turning. So I turned the seam allowances under and pinned those, and then folded it in half and marked where the halfway point is. So that's my halfway point. Now next we're going to put the handle on here, and for that you just go ahead and kind of turn this over so you can work on the back side of the pillow. And then take your handle and put like a half of a turn into it. And we're going to line these raw edges up with the edge of the pillow. So get your seam guide and measure down 5 inches and line up this raw edge with the seam of the pillow and pin it down. And then on the other side, again, just come up 5 inches and line up this raw edge of the handle with the fold of the pillow. We will catch that raw edge as we zigzag this pillow onto the fleece blanket. So working on the right side of the fleece, this is my right side up here. This is the downside because I've got a one-way design. I've got the top there, and this is going to be the bottom. Now, I like working with the bottom of the fleece when putting the pillow panel on because when the user's enjoying the blanket, they can stick their feet down in. So we've got the center of this marked. Fold it in half and find your center, and then put your pillow top on, matching your centers. It might be a little wonky, but just kind of play with it to get it to lay nice for you, because we want to be able to pin on side, side, bottom. We're going to leave this open. And now do one last thing here. Get your measurer and measure what it is from the side of your pillow to the blanket on each side. And that'll make sure that you don't have it going off center, because that makes a difference for when you start to fold it. Now pin along the sides and on the bottom, and meet me at the sewing machine, and we'll go ahead and finish this up. Times when you start off on an edge, your presser foot is like going uphill, like skiing uphill, and that can be kind of hard to get it to feed the material through. So if you're having trouble with that, try this little gadget that sometimes comes with your sewing machine. I think it's called a hump jumper that goes back behind your foot, and it raises it up just enough that you can just make a smooth approach to your beginning seam. Now, if you don't have one of those, just fold up some denim or some heavy material 3 or 4 or 5 times to make something thick, and that can do the same thing. That can just go ahead and raise up your presser foot to give you a good start. I've got my machine set on a zigzag stitch, and I think you'd be okay with about a 4.0 length and about a 3.0 width. We want to use a zigzag on this seam, so I am going to go ahead and start zigzagging. And remember, at the very beginning, that's a stress point, so we want to go up and back to make sure that top start doesn't split out. Now on your way down, make sure that you are close to the edge here, because you're going to want to catch where you have the handles and enclose those into the seam. So when I get down here to the handles, I'm going to stop, and I'm going to go back over them and then beginning again. With a nice narrow zigzag here, I'm not overextending anywhere to where it's going to be hard to turn. So do the 3 sides. Make sure to leave your top open. I wanted to show you as a reminder, come right along the edge with that final zigzag, because we want to be able to turn this pillow pocket out. To fold your Quillow, take the side that has the pillow pocket on it and put that face down, either on a work table or on the floor, and then fold in the other 2 edges so they align with the edge of the pillow. And do that all the way down to the bottom. And then take the bottom and fold it all the way up back to the top, and then take it and fold it one more time. Now to fold it so the fleece goes inside of the pocket, you turn it with the pocket side up, reach into one corner and grab all the layers with your hand and pull that out. The blanket inside the pocket. So that's all there is to your Quillow. Hope you enjoyed this and you make many more.